What is up, guys? We are doing the pocket clip video finally, and this is take number 2 for me, so hopefully this one works out alright, because the second one I was just out of frame the whole time. So we'll see how this goes. First off, I wanted to show you this, my Medford Praetorian tie drop point, hand ground by Greg. Showing this one because it's not going to go into the pocket. I've never carried this. It's pretty much just been a collector's showpiece I've had. It's pretty awesome. Showing you this because I'm most likely in the future going to be putting this up for sale, as I have my Viper coming in pretty soon. I heard from Amy over at Medford. So once I have that, pretty much think I'm going to sell this one, mainly because I'm switching my whole collection over to flippers. And this obviously is just a folder. Awesome knife, ridiculous action on it, smooth tank knife, great pocket clip. I wanted to show you that because this one's not going to be in the video. So hope you like this, and let's get to it, and hopefully this one works. Alright, so in the pocket right now we have my Kershaw Needs Work assisted knife. And this is the only tip down carry knife that I have. So figure we get this one out of the way. Pretty inexpensive knife. The MSRP's on is a little high, but you actually get it for a lot less than what they listed at, like most production knives. So I'll give you a look at that. Actually, decent looking clip to go with it. Kind of matches the style of the scale on here, just that it's, you know, tip down instead of tip up. So pretty strong retention on it too. You can see you got to put a little effort to get in the pocket. And we're going to fly through these guys because the last video I ran out of film on pretty much. I think the battery died or it couldn't go any farther. So we're going to fly through this stuff. To give you a little look, we got all these to get through. Hopefully you can see them. And then we got a bunch of mid-techs and some customs to get through. So right off the bat, number 1, boom. Hopefully I'm lined up. The CRKT NERC Tie 2. One of my EDCs, one of my 3 EDCs that I do. Mainly because it's nice and slim. Easy in the pocket. Super smooth. Decent retention. It's a lightweight knife, so it's not really it's gonna just sit there and be fine. Take it out easily. Flick it out. Great action on this knife too for being a lockback flipper. But you can see the design on the pocket clip goes nicely with the lines of the knife. Satin finish, or almost a polished finish really on these. You can switch it over to left-hand carry if you wanted to, but for the sake of today's video, we're going to do everything in the right pocket because that's mainly where I carry all the knives. But great form, function, usability, great stuff. And to kind of describe what this video is again about, obviously pocket clips, but 2 things. We're going to talk about the design, the look, the aesthetics of the pocket clip, and then the usability and how it feels in the pocket. That's all we're really focusing on. I've done videos on almost all these knives, I believe, as far as full overviews. I just kind of felt it was time to do a pocket clip video. So what I say about the pocket clip isn't necessarily everything about the knife, just how I feel about the pocket clip working with the knife and in the pocket. So this is the Spyderco Domino. I like that it's a blacked out clip because I think it's a nice counterpart to the scale. So you have on this obviously the carbon fiber laminate G10 front scale, and then the Stonewash dark titanium back. And I think that it was nice because you have the silver and the black, and the silver matching the blade and the black matching the scale. It's their basic spoon clip style, which works good. Your fingers drop into that, has the good retention on it, and slides into the pocket easily. Good retention on it. Only thing I wish is that it was lifted a little bit higher. I like a little deeper carry. That's my personal preference. I know that people still know you have a knife even with the deep carry clips, but for work and everything, like when I have black dress pants on or something and this has a black clip on it, if this was all the way in here and you couldn't see it, it'd be very hard for the general public people to know that I'm walking by that I actually have a knife in there. I understand the purposes of having something stick out so you can grab onto it. And in this case, it maybe makes sense a little bit because this scale It does have texture, but isn't that strong. But there is this little tube here that the pad of your finger can get into. So overall, for production knife, fine looking clip, usable. All right, next we have the Spyderco Southern. Just got this one in, awesome knife. Actually, give you a look at the clip here. Hopefully this is in camera. I like that the stonewashing here matches the stonewashing in the blade. You guys know that I love when a pocket clip matches the blade, or like on the other one has a contrast to it, as far as, not a contrast, but something that matches. So where this matches the other scale, or this matches the blade. And even when it's closed, you can see the little shimmer of the blade here matching the shimmer of the pocket clip, matching the flipper tang. In pocket, goes in nice and easy. A lot less showing on this than on the Domino. It's a little bit deeper carry on here. Pull it out nice, flick it open. I think it's a good clip. Different from their standard spoon style 3-piece. It's just the 2 screws in here. Good retention, has the little lip, goes in the pocket nice, matches the knife. And some people said that because of the shape of it, it doesn't feel right in the pocket, but I actually like that it curves in because it kind of holds it against the pocket nice, and then you pull it out like this, ready to go. So that one's done. And here we have the fun one. The Boker Federal, or the GTC production version done by Boker. And this is the one that has the integrated pocket clip. So I hope you guys can see that, where it's done the same as a lock bar is. So you can see here's the cutout, so it's like a reverse lock bar, and you push this to get it in the pocket. Hopefully you guys can see that. This is a nifty idea, but it is not a real world workable as far as ease in and out and time consuming. So to get it in the pocket, you really have to push this out hard with your thumb, get it over that bump in your pocket, and get it in. Now retention wise, this thing is locked in. Problem is you can't slide it up or down, so you have to really focus on getting it where you want it. Otherwise, if you had it up here, the thing kind of sticks out this way because it really hooks in that spot, and that's all it's going to. And then trying to get it out, it is difficult to get out, guys. It's locked in there. The other issue too is that, hopefully you can see this, I don't know where it is in the video, but you have to really just grab on here, because if you grab on overall, you're actually pinching it more. So you don't want to do that, so you got to get it out. Cool looking knife, interesting, innovative design. I don't know how the actual full customs work better than this, but it's going to do some damage to your pocket, and it's just difficult. So interesting, yes. Useful, no. Got the ZT-0801. Same thing as everybody else, guys. I like this knife. I just wish they didn't do the blackout stuff on it. I don't like the blacked out pivot, blackout screws, and I definitely don't like the blackout pocket clip. Useful, yes. It's your basic, pretty much spoon style, kind of similar to the Domino, but different from the Domino. The Domino had a black scale, so the black kind of went with the black scale, and the silver one with the blade. But once again, that was a satin finished blade. This is a stonewash blade, so the satin silvery color here doesn't necessarily match the blade. The black has nothing else to match except the other hardware, which really should, I think, be done in the same finish as the scales or as the blade. And pretty much most knife pimpers, such as Tough Thumbs, Bauer Blade Works, Alexander Dietz, they've all skinned off, taken off the black and matched it up. I do like the deep carry part of it. You can see it goes in, and there's really barely any knife you can see. You know, very hard. Retention is good on it, easy to pull out, good stuff. Fuel in the pocket on that one, fine, you don't notice it. It has some heft to it, but it's not bad at all. Now we're on to the 0561, and this one once again, It's nice, you know, pocket clip goes with the knife. I like the little cutout here it gives for your pad of your finger to get into. We'll show that on some of the Brous Blades knives I have coming up that I think is a nice design. And it's deep carry. Goes in very easily into the pocket. You might not think there's enough retention on there, but because it's a heavy knife, it sits in there and holds pretty well. Now you can slide it to a point that where the pressure section is, and because of the ridge of the pocket, you do have to give it a little yank to get out. Very smooth. This knife is ridiculously smooth, guys. Hopefully you're seeing that on camera. Alright, but this also, it's not that thick a knife really. It's a big looking knife, but it's pretty thin. So when you drop it in the pocket, you feel it hanging there, but it's nice and smooth. There's not a big bulk in your pocket. You know, I can actually still put my hands in my pocket and be fine. So really like this, and it's four-way reversible too. So if you want tip up, tip down, right, left, doesn't matter. It works with it. So hopefully you guys can see all that in there. Dun dun dun. No! Oh, it's the jerk clip, the awful clip, the commonly friendly, happily known as the FU clip. So this clip, it works, but it is the most painful thing in the world. Pretty much you open the knife, and because this clip sticks so far up, you put it in your hand, grip down on it, I'm cutting something, blah, 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 blah. And then you can see it just digs in. And same thing, you choke up on it and you grab, oh my gosh, right here, digs in. Pointy, not well rounded. I mean, you could actually probably make this into a blade out of this, you know? As far as how it goes in the pocket, because of the big swooping spoon, it is easy to drop in. But once again, I just think there's too much knife showing here. I understand, especially for guys with gloves on or something, that you want this tab to grab onto. And it really is a perfect little tab because these grip tape things, your thumb goes into it. But also because they're grip tape, you don't need that much knife sticking out really to grab it, because anywhere you put your thumb in, it's locking on to that grip tape in here. And especially because of the screw for the backspacer they put in, they could have taken one of these screws out and added that in here, moved this up another 1/4 inch maybe, and then had, instead of this much knife showing, maybe like this much showing. So this clip, the only thing good about it is that it has Marfione and Strider's names on it. Other than that, it's awful in the hand, it's uncomfortable. All those other ones were fine, you don't feel them, there was no hot spots on them. Even that Boker one, that's the one good thing about that, there's no hot spots because it's built in. But this, I mean, it's just, I guess it flows with the knife, but this whole swooping thing just doesn't make sense. And the other thing too, it sticks out so far that there's at times where you could be walking and you swing your hand and your fingers actually, your pinky or something catches on this bump sticking out, you know? So if I really cared that much about it, I probably would send it out and have this milled down or something like that, but I don't really utilize this knife. Like I said, there's only the 3 knives that I really carry: the Spyderco Domino, the CRKT Nerc Tie 2, and my Brous Blades Silent Soldier Stonewash, because they're small enough blades for work. They fit in the pocket, conceal well, and they're pretty much lightweight or small knives, perfect for box cutting. I'm not really going to carry any of this other stuff. It's more for collecting, enjoying, flipping, that kind of stuff. All right, more of a Terra fanatic knife collector, I guess, type you'd say. So here we got the ZTO 600. This knife is beautiful, gorgeous, great action on it, just ultra smooth, and the best part about it, no, I don't know the best part, but the awesome part about it, the clip. Now when this came out, it came out at the same time the 0801 came out, and the clips are just two different animals. Like I said, I didn't like the black finish, I didn't like the standardized, you know, feel of that for the 0801. Obviously it's a much less expensive knife than this one, but this is right up my alley, guys. custom looking clip. Nothing standard about it. You can see the raised level, the perfect parallel, the little milled out section, good retention on it, and then what I love, matching the blade. Stonewash and stonewash. Just very nice. And then the usability of it drops right in. Nice little retention to get over the ridge. Sticks on that point. There is, a little bit of mobility here because of the area open on it. You also have the spot for the lanyard to go through, but really great. Looks good in the pocket, just a little bit showing out. Great looking clip. Probably, I'd say, one of the best production looking clips and workability clips, usability, that I've seen out there, especially for such a heavy knife. You don't need super strong retention on this because the weight of the knife is going to keep it in. You got almost a 2.20 thick blade of B75P plus full titanium that is not milled out with a titanium backspacer. So this thing's going to sit in there fine, no issues. Excuse me. All right, we're going to blow through these Brous blades, getting onto the Midtex. Not the most interesting looking clip I've ever seen. This actually has some of my pocket lint still in it because this is a super strong retentive clip on here. This is the triple threat folder, blackout edition. He doesn't do these anymore. I don't know how many runs he actually did of them, not that many, but this one's almost a full custom pretty much at this point, how it's been done. It was from his limited custom section. But you can see with this, it has a nice little roll up here. It's not a very long clip either. It gets over all right, but there is some strong retention on here. Very strong retentive. Needs some breaking in, and I don't really carry these blades that much either. Like I said, I mainly carry those 3 for work, and that's about it. I don't have a problem put these in the pocket. Let's see if we can drop this thing out. There we go. Very comfortable in the hand. The clip is so flush to the handle that you barely even feel it. You can see it's just such a thin piece, but very strong. Everything in here is stainless steel. It's coated, but it's stainless steel frames, D2 blade, G10 handles, and pretty low carry. It's not deep carry, but it's also such a small clip too. It doesn't really go super far down. So good stuff on that. Next, we have one of my users, one of my EDCs, Brous blades, Silent Soldier stonewashed, so it doesn't really show much stuff on it. And this is pretty much how all his clips are now, so we won't go into too much detail on the next few. But they have this little cutout like that 0561 ZT had, which is perfect. The fat of the pad of your finger catches it, lets you pull it right out, and it's deep carry. Sorry guys, coughing a little bit. But you can see, barely see anything. Nice little compact knife. You have the multiple grips on it. Right here. I really like choking up like this actually. I think that gives you the most intricate move on it, even though this is a little bit more tactical. But once again, stonewashed, 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 all matching. Makes sense. And just that perfect little ridge right there to fit over the little ridge of your pocket. Goes in, works. It's a mid-tech, makes sense. Next up we have the Blackout reloader. I have the regular satin version of this too, but I thought I'd give you some contrast. Once again, same style clip, has the cutout, has the Mikkel Williamson initial in here from the collab they did on here. Good retention on it, same kind of lift up. And once again, you can see, I'll try to bring this in here, it's the perfect height for the ridge, for like a jean ridge or a cargo pants ridge. Goes right over, sits in, deep carry, how I like it. Even though this knife looks kind of bulky and looks kind of big, it's smaller in the hand and it doesn't feel that way in the pocket either. The G10 is nice and light. It's got titanium liners, so the weight's lowered that way on it. I think great looking, especially if you have black dress pants on. It's very hard to see this with the Blackout clip. And really what I would like Jason to do is, I think this is cool. It's not a very intricate or complex clip, but it has the nice little groove here for you to grab onto. And I would like him to see put more designs on him. You can see with, with this one here, maybe it's a little small, but let's say with, here's the division. I know this isn't a collab, so you wouldn't put the Mikkel Williamson here, but you could put maybe a skull or some kind of symbol for Brous blades on the clip too. I know people don't like billboards or anything, and he does that really nice by putting stuff on the blades or the inside of the knives. But I do like a little, it is cool to see a little detail on the clip. It might be a little thing, put a black latex glove on there or something like that, symbol, since that's what he has in all his videos. Or skull and crossbones, might be neat. But here, this is the last of the Brous blades too. This one. Same looking clip as the Reloader and as the Silent Soldier now, kind of same style. Deep carry. And for such a long knife, because of the carbon fiber and the titanium, once again very light for its size, for over a 4-inch blade. You can see just a little nub here, comes right out. And once again, kind of like the Southern, it hooks around the pocket really nice and snug for right hand carry. Great action, sounds great, super fast knife coming out. So that's that. And then lastly, we have, oh, I'm sorry, one thing on this is that he did stonewash these clips, even though the blade here is satin. So I would like this to have been a satin finish to match the blade. That's the only thing. But once again, I think it's just a good, useful pot clip, especially for a mid-tech. And in these price ranges, fine. So lastly is the handmade, fully handmade Jesse Jarez Full-Tech 75, model 75. This thing is awesome. Love this knife. Makes a great sound opening, great grinds. And then this is when he first started, I don't know when it first started, but he was using, when he first started, kind of knife kit clips, but this is his own style clip now for this knife. Since then, he's actually now been milling in his Maker's Mark symbol into it, the Jarez with the kind of wings thing on it. But this was the first kind of go into his own clips. It's a good clip. Has good retention on it. You can see that. And then it matches everything. You can see the finish on the pivot, the finish on the blade, the finish on the pot clip. The only thing is that these thumb studs are pretty large, and I believe on his new models he's scaled them down. And so what happens is, we'll try to get in close. When you first go to put this, you can see the thumb stud is in the same spot where the clip is, so you have to go up higher, put it in that way, and then slide it down. And once again too, you have a little bit sticking out here, so for you guys with gloves or that like something to grip onto, that's good for you guys. But I kind of like a little bit deeper carry, but I can't complain. I'm just so glad I got this knife. The action on it, just how smooth it is, and I'll bring this up just so you can hear it when it opens. That sound is just awesome. Titanium liners, great grind. Obviously this is the chisel grind ones, but really nice feeling knife for a full handmade piece. So that's the pot clip video. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you could see everything. And that's it. Finally got it done. So I'll get some more videos out to you guys soon, and also let you know more about the Medford Praetorian Tide drop point custom piece, if I'm going to be putting that up for sale. Look at that. Sweet. Thanks, guys.